here today. Cool.
Thank you everyone for joining us today at Levittown Public Library's posture alignment class with Kimberly. Today is July 25th. Go ahead, Kim.
Thank you. That was a short and sweet introduction. Okay, we're going to get going today. Welcome back, everybody. So we were talking about balance earlier, and I'm just going to pick up where I left off. So yes, these exercises are going to help you with balance, because if your butt isn't working right, or your back isn't working right because your shoulder is off and things like that, you're using 80% of your body as opposed to 100%, or maybe 50% of the muscles that are supposed to hold you upright as opposed to what you should have. Does everybody experience that when we do the functional tests? When we stand up and we, okay, bend over, go for your toes, pick one leg up and do it. And then after you do your exercises, you were one of the finest examples in this crew. And what you experienced was, yeah, it changes. It changes. So after some of your it's a miracle. The body is a miracle. So all we're doing is I'm stimulating it in any way I could think of over the course of the hour, so I can address all of the situations that I see in front of me as best I can. But you know what? I really don't have to try hard because your body's going to adjust itself. Nice. So that being said, does anybody have any exercises they definitely want to do? Did he actually get the front wheel up out there? Sounded like he was trying.
Do you have anything that can help strengthen my lower back? I've started doing a beginner's HIIT thing.
Okay.
And my lower back's like, not, yeah.
Good question.
So I got to strengthen my lower back.
Good question. Okay. If anybody wants to get into static back, you may. You don't have to stand here and watch me talk in your face. So Pat was saying, is there anything that we can do to strengthen her lower back? I know some of you are thinking to yourselves, Kim's got an answer for that one, and it's not going to be an exercise. So you're taking HIIT, that's high impact interval training. So it's just hard stuff for a minute or so, and then you rest. So that's what she's doing. So she's feeling that in her back. Can anybody answer why she might be feeling that in her back? And then the next question is, does that mean that it's weak? Can anybody help answer that for her? So she thinks her back is weak. That's why she asked me, hey, can I get back exercises that strengthen my back?
The core is weak.
Good. So I hear Barbara saying the core is weak. Okay. But Barbara's on the right trail, because she's going in the direction of, I don't think your back is weak. She's thinking something else is not doing its job. Therefore, your back is overworking and you think, oh, my back is weak. Or somebody told you your back is, I get that from fitness instructors all the time. Oh, you feel that there? That part must be weak. No, no. Your back more than likely is overworking because the muscles below and above are not. More than likely it's the glutes. And at the same token, if your back is weak, that high impact interval training is going to hit it right where it needs to, because you're doing all of these exercises and it's going to come out. So as long as you're not feeling the bad pain, it's okay. But yeah, you're going to feel new muscles turn on when you're doing some new exercises. And more than likely, even for me, it's going to be the back. It's going to be the back. So we'll do some stuff to help turn on the butt today. We'll do some balance exercises like Barbara was requesting, and we'll get going. All right, static backers. A few of you are already in it. So go ahead and get into static back. Static back is laying on your back and your legs up on top of the chair or an ottoman. Some of you have an ottoman at home. The arms go out to 45 degrees, remember, and the palms go up if you can manage it. Also remember, if your face is looking behind you while you're laying on the floor, it's because your shoulders are rounded and your head position is being thrown off because of that. And that's going to cause some neck strain. So put something underneath your head if you notice that your face is looking behind you. Oh, he's trying to get that front wheel up is what it sounds like. Trying to get that front wheel up. All right, everybody, I'm going to put my little watch on and we're going to stay here for 5 minutes. And I do have a routine for us today. Stolen routine. Whoops. the library does have the both of these routines. They're on a DVD, but there's only one DVD here. So if somebody took it out, it's probably gone. YouTube can help you there, but because it's copyrighted, YouTube takes it down whenever somebody uploads it because we're stealing. But I stole it and I uploaded it and I have it on YouTube as unlisted. So anybody who wants a link to it, if they really do enjoy this routine today and you'd rather hear someone like Brian Bradley taking you through it, and he'll talk a little bit differently about what the exercises are doing, send me an email and I will send you the link. Okay, so we're laying in static back. Everybody knows it. If you're new to static back, you want to sense what is going on in your lower back, if anything. Yeah, except he's just lame. He's just absolutely lame going up and down the library road. He's trying to get the front wheel up. That's what he's trying to do. That's why it's revving so high. He's revving it high, and then you let the clutch out, and that hits the back wheel, and the back wheel hits hard, and it picks the front of the bike up. Oh yeah. How do you think I got into so much experience with this stuff? Of course, and especially when you're dirt biking, you have to know these skills and practice these skills because they'll save you. When you got to get up and over a rock without killing yourself and do it in a controlled manner, these are important things to be able to do.
You know, this feels
He's
good.
just a douche. Yes, does it? She says static back feels good.
It does.
I was explaining this to the gentleman that came here the other day. He's a giver-upper. Sometimes. That this is your favorite thing to do. Everybody's favorite is static back, with a few caveats. You okay there, Gloria? Yeah.
I'm doing all right.
Okay, because I know the short femurs make it really uncomfortable with these chairs.
Takes a little time to get in there, but
Yeah, because the chair's way too high for you. Did you find something at home that's a little bit better than this?
it's a little, yeah, I have a
Yeah.
tiny area chair.
Good,
Small.
good. Yeah, this is way too tall for you.
This is okay.
For you, for Linda, yeah. So these chairs are a little too tall. So you just try to make it work. Keep it as symmetrical as you can, and then relax. All right. Stay here for about 2 more minutes. And what's good about the routine that I'm going to give you today, I'm going to give you the beginner's routine. It's the pain-free workout. That's what it's called, the pain-free workout. So they did make a DVD and they have 2 routines on the DVD, the beginner and the advanced. Both of them you guys can do. Don't let the advanced scare you. It's just challenging and it's good. Each of them takes about 45 minutes to go through. So as long as I'm not blabbing too much, we'll be able to get it all done. And the great thing about it is that you actually don't need any tools with it. But since we have more than 45 minutes, I'm going to insert a couple of exercises that we might need tools for. And then we'll do some balancing stuff. Okay, guys, you're going to push away your static back chair. We're going to do adduction, abduction. Now you can do this in so many positions. Well, 2, 3 of them maybe. You can do them on the wall, but today we're going to do them on the floor. So we're going to keep the feet. We're going to stay in the hook lying position, and we're going to keep the feet. Let's do wide. So instead of having them at hip distance, we're going to walk the feet out wider than hip distance. And I do it like this, just so I can keep my body symmetrical. I put my ankles and my knees together and I walk out like this, heel, toe, and that's usually hip distance, but we're gonna go a little wider, heel, toe. So I'm wider than my hip joints. Good job, Marie. Anybody else have a chair in their way that they want me to move? I will absolutely move for you. And we're in the hook lying position. So good. Carol, a little wide on that, but keep it and just see how it feels. But what I want you guys to do is make sure your feet are parallel. No matter if you're going narrow, wide, or real wide, keep your feet parallel. And we're doing adduction, abduction. So you're going to drop open into this frog position, and then you're going to come close and let your knees touch together. But as you go back and forth into this, I want you to make sure your feet don't start everting. We don't want the feet to come out to the 45-degree angles. We want them to stay parallel. So it's different than knee drops. It's not knee drops. Some of you have done knee drops with me many, many times. I am opening both legs and closing both legs. In the past, I've done this move while on the wall and had the feet on the wall, but I'm not going to mess up their wall with my filthy little feet. So if I were to do this on the wall, it would look like this. Open, close, open, close. We're just doing it on the floor. Keep going, everybody. I love that Marie does just what I do. I use the sides of the mat to guide me and tell me that, yes, my feet are still parallel. So if you're going that wide with your feet, you can feel the mat underneath you, and you could drop open and closed. Double check your feet that they're parallel, because I'm watching a couple of your feet and they're actually everted. Your foot is put, yes, good. That's pointed right at me. Now you fixed it. Good. Drop open and close. We're adducting and abducting. When your knees come away and your legs come away from your body, you take somebody away, you abduct them. When you adduct, ADD, you're adding coming in. Adduct, abduct. Over and over. Gloria, try this with your feet wider. Yeah, go wide. If it hurts, don't do it, but it's going to be challenging, right? Open and close. Try to touch your knees together while you're doing this. When you come into the close, yep. Gloria, both of your feet are everted, so they're pointed out at 45 degrees. Keep your heels on the floor. Bring your toes in. Perfect. Good. Toes in. Now try. You might even get cramps in your feet while you, yeah, oh, and she got one. Yep, I knew that was coming. Because her feet are so used to turning out. I'm not laughing at your terrible pain, but the timing was perfect. So her hip is working, it's in compensation, which is why her feet felt comfortable turning out. So when I asked her to pull her feet straight, she got the cramp in her calf, because the calf is making up for what her hip isn't doing, but it will get easier. We just kind of woke it up a little bit.
It's the one I get 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, well, we don't want to get that anymore. So we're hoping to wake up the hips and get her going. We're skipping from here and we're going to go into the foot circles, point flexes. We're still on the floor. You okay, Gloria? Yep. Okay, foot circles, point flexes, everybody. We're still here on the floor. Pull in your right knee towards your chest. If that's hard to do, put your strap around your knee to pull your knee in towards your chest. Big circles with the foot that's in the air. Do not move your knee. There's a tendency for people to start extending and flexing their knee. No, ankle only. Ankle only. Also, don't let your heel drop to your butt while you're doing your ankle circles. You want to keep your shin parallel to the floor best you can. Go for 20 in each direction. If you're okay back there, Pat, put your left leg straight on the floor. If you're not and it's painful, go ahead and bend the knee. But everybody else, if you're okay, you want to keep the opposing leg straight along the floor. So the leg that we're pulling in is the only one that's bent. The other leg is straight on the floor. If this is painful for you, you can do this in static back. You can put your legs up and do one ankle at a time in the static back position. And you're going to go in the other direction. I'm sure we hit 20 already. So do the inward circles for 20. And there is a reason why we have our hands behind our knee and we're pulling that knee in really, really, really deep, because we want to remind the body of what deep hip flexion is. So when I ask you to squat later, just like this, and we're not going to be able to do it, at least we're making steps towards it. So our hip is in deep flexion right now. We're pulling that knee in towards our chest. And then the last exercise here with the same leg is the point flex. You point your toes away from you and pull them back. Increase the range of motion as best you can. Pull them in and back. Sorry, Gloria. It's in and back. That's it. Plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. As you get good at this, you really got to pay attention to your alignment. We want to keep the knee and the ankle in the same line as the hip. Same line as the hip. There is such a tendency to pull your knee out to the side. Doesn't that feel better, everybody? If you pulled the knee off to the side, oh, how nice. You keep it in line with your hip. Oh, all the muscles are waking up and reminding themselves how to work. Ready to switch? Good, because Marie switched already. She's hardcore over here. The leg that you're not using stays flat along the ground, nice and straight. Pull your knee in, big ankle circles. Let your toes move. You want your toes to kind of initiate this move if you can. Big circles. Go for 20. I see some of you knee bouncers out there. So the ankle is like, not quite sure how to do it. That's things that have shut down over the years. It's tough, isn't it? You really got to think about it. And you're going to go in the other direction. Again, remember, you want to try to keep your shin parallel to the floor. You shouldn't be able to see your shin if you looked up because it's busy being parallel to the floor. Usually I give you these in sets of 40. You can do them in set. I've gotten them in sets of 70 once from one guy. I'm like, oh man, 70 ankle circles, point flexors. Okay. When you're done with these, you're going to lay over on your side and you're going to meet me for some of the Jane Fondas. And some of you over the years have told me that this is a big helper for your knees, this move. And I want you guys to pick it apart and tell me why this next move that we're going to do could help somebody who has some knee pain. So I'm laying on my side. Think of it like your Jane Fonda. I don't care if you rest your head on your hands or you rest your head on the floor, but we want to try to keep the hips stacked. So I know I'm wearing all black today, and it's tough for the video people to see, but I'm not rolling forward. What you're gonna want to do is like roll back just to make it easy for yourself. But no, you must be stacked. Stay nice and stacked, nice vertical stack, one hip on top of the other directly. Dorsiflex your ankle, so you're going to pull your toes towards you, lift and lower. Your body's going to want to outwardly rotate through the hip and drop back like you kind of have in a margarita. Don't do it. Don't do it. Try to keep your ankles dorsiflexed as you can. So pull your toes towards you, push your heel away. And then you're going to flip over and do, no, you know what? We won't even flip over. We're going to do the inner thigh, bottom foot. So put your foot on the floor, top leg goes on the floor, bottom leg is going to do the work now. Lift and lower. Let's do these in sets of 10. Now this one gets real uncomfortable for me to put the foot on the floor. So sometimes I just put a pillow underneath my knee and just let the leg lay. You can put your block underneath your knee and let the leg lay. You're going to go back and forth in sets of 10, top leg, bottom leg. Now, why the heck would this help somebody who has knee problems? Don't have the muscles? Anybody else? You can switch again if you hit your 10. More than likely we did. So go back to the top leg. Why would this help somebody with knee problems? Okay, I'm coming, Lynn. I'm going to have to answer for you guys. No, not at all. So top leg, we're on the floor.
Yeah, that was easy.
Top leg was easy for you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the bottom leg that's throwing you off. Let me help you.
And then you said do it the other way.
Right. Okay. Put this knee on here like a nice pillow. Bottom leg's ready to go. Lift and lower. That's it. Do you want this one for your head?
Yeah.
Would that be helpful? Okay. Back and forth. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Pause right there, Gloria, at the top. Go all the way up. Now, look at your foot. Is your foot parallel to the floor? No. Right. It's pointed that way. It's doing exactly what I said you guys' body would do. Yeah, it's tough. So if you're going really high and you're looking like, woo, I'm doing a high split, probably you're doing it wrong. Relax, roll here. A little different, right? Does it hurt in a bad way?
No.
Okay, good. That's a stack. Yes, not yet. Okay. Back and forth. You guys count. We're just going up to 30. Back and forth. Then we got the other side to do. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, done. Yep. You done? You ready? Ready to flip over and go the other side? You good, Linda? Okay. We're on the other side. All right, I'm going to stay here. You guys got it? I'm just going to demonstrate. So I'm on my other side. So this is what I caught from one of you guys. You did this, and then after a while, I'm lifting my leg really high. Your toes were pointed overhead because you were starting to roll back. All I had to do was give you a margarita. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. If you're starting to lose your balance up here, you can bend the bottom leg. So create a bigger, wider base, and you won't teeter over as much. You good? Modify. We can do it standing. You can do, laying on the one shoulder. Do it standing up. You can do it standing up, sure. Here's the other thing you can do. So you could put the strap around your knees and push out against the strap, abductors, and you could do knee pillow squeezes as well. Inner thighs, outer thighs. So we just got asked to do a little modification. So I gave her some floor and I also gave her standing. We can do this standing, putting your hand on a chair, and you could bring the leg out to the side as well. We've done that too. But all we're doing is working the inside connections to the thigh, to the hip, and the outside connections to the hip. That's all. So if we're going to get that done, you good, Linda? You're doing great. Put this knee right on top of the block. Here's the block right here. Get comfy. Get comfy. Bottom leg is going to lift. Keep the knee nice and straight. Dorsiflex your ankle as best you can. There you go. Try to pull it in. Push your heel into my foot. Up and down. Up and down. That's it. That's the move. And then when you're done with that, doing 10, you're going to lift the top leg same way. Does that make sense? No? Yes. It's all right. Kick me all you want. I always get beat up by Linda. Yeah, that's it. So it's this exercise and then this exercise. Got it? You look great. Up and down. Actually, I can't. I can knock you out. It'll be lights out for you. You want me to put the chair on top of your head again? I wish I could dim those lights. All right, guys, we're gonna, I don't know what the lighting and stuff is back here. I wish I could. They're all just flat pieces of plastic on the wall. I think it's all like done remote. Oh gosh, is that right? Hang tight, everybody. Yeah, that didn't do a darn thing. I have no idea what this is. Yeah, that's room B. Oh, does that work? All right, there was this thing on the wall. I just hit it. Yes. Yes, that's the second part of the exercise. Yep. It's okay. It's all right. We're going to move on, everybody. There's a lot interspersed there. You're going to like this one. It's frog. We're going to lay in frog for a couple of minutes. That's it. So lay on your back, push your feet together and let your knees come out. That's it. Frog. That's the one.
I got such long legs.
And mine was short. I just lost an inch and a half.
Yeah, but they have it back there. They should move forward.
Yeah, it's all digital now.
Yeah.
So I just tap the screen and you got to be smart about it. You see this light bulb with a nice X through it. You assume that must mean lights off. And it worked.
You can have it all messed up when they want to.
Oh, yeah. They're going to need a lighting and sound crew to come in here. What happened? Kim touched the lights. Frog. You don't need a strap just because I'm grabbing my strap. Isn't that funny, the psychology of it? Like you see somebody on stage and we're supposed to follow her. And so anything she does, you guys do. It's so crazy. That's why I like walking around in the class. I don't care for being up on stage. I do, but one more minute. We're just laying in frog, everybody. If you can't lay on the floor in frog, sure, you can do this sitting in a chair. It's just sitting in a chair. You can do that, sure. Like I said, this is the beginner routine. So it's a lot of pretty easy stuff like this in there, coupled with some stuff that makes you work, because we need that. Hip crossover stretch is coming up next in about 20 seconds. See what we can get through here. Okay, still on the floor, everybody. Hip crossover stretch. You're going to put your feet in line with your hips. Remember how I showed you earlier to do that? Knees together. Walk your heels out, heel toe. Done. Feet stay parallel just for the setup. My arms are out to a T with my palms down. And across my right ankle to my left knee. Here's where a lot of you are going to go wrong. You're going to do this. You're going to slide your foot in, and then you're going to twist and go, oh, this is easy. But then I come up, look how crooked I am. Keep your form. That foot went there to begin with. It stays there. Twist from here. Oh, that's a little different. 1 minute each side. There's a lot of things going on in this move. I'm not letting my knee fall towards my boobs. I'm letting my knee, well, actually, I'm asking my knee to point towards the sky, and I have to use my hip muscles to do that. I don't care if you don't make it all the way to the floor. You might be hanging out here because you feel so tight. That's okay. If you wanted to do this sitting in a chair, you could absolutely do it sitting in a chair. Cross your ankle over. Go ahead and twist your body. It's fine. Get something done. 30 seconds. Try to keep your ankle touching your knee. We want to keep that triangular space in between both of your legs. Good, Linda. Nice. Now draw your right knee towards the stage. Yes. Yes. Good. Following directions. I'll show my dad how to do that. Carol, if you're okay, same with you. Try to point your right knee towards the ceiling. So it's an outward rotation from your right hip. Yep. So the heel stays connected to the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch your sides. All right. I see what's going on, Carol.
Okay.
Keep your knees bent. Keep them bent. Keep them bent. Yes, both bent. Cross your left ankle to your right knee. Keep the knees bent. Draw your left knee away from you towards the back of the room. Your left knee, same thing, outward rotation. That's it. And fall towards the side. That's the move. That's it. So we're just on the other side, everybody. That's all. Just on the other side. Arms are at a T, palms face down. That's the hip crossover stretch. Sorry, I missed that. You were just kind of behind my view and I missed it. Don't try to reach to the floor and then hit the floor while your form is all messed up. So you want to keep the form no matter what, and then do what you can do to get down to the floor. You okay over there, Gloria? Arms and shoulders should be on the floor, my dear. Come back to see, because you're trying to reach the floor with your legs. So come back to center and lay on your back. When everybody's done with this, you're going to do pelvic tilts. Good. Cross the ankle to your knee and let's see how you feel right there.
My ankle.
Ankle to the knee. Yep. Right. That's it. Keep this foot on the floor and just twist to it. Oh, keep that foot on the, that's where you went wrong.
Right.
Put the, you keep moving that foot. That's all. Foot stays there.
Okay.
Ankle to knee if you can. Right. What happens when you draw this knee away from your body? There you go. Looks good.
I can do that.
Yes, you can. Now hold all that together
Okay.
and just let all of this come towards the floor over here on my right side.
A roll.
Yep, that's it. That's the move. Keep the shoulders on the floor though. So I know everybody wants to hit the floor. Come out of it. Pelvic tilts. Got the idea? Shoulders stay on the floor. We're trying to reteach your back and your pelvis how to twist. We want to keep the shoulders on the floor. So pelvic tilts. Don't want to do pelvic tilts, do cats and dogs. So what we're doing is rocking the pelvis back and forth after that move. So we're just tying the two sides together that we just separated. We're trying to get them to work together again. You can either do this next move on your belly or do it on hands and knees. We're going to do arm, leg, opposite lifts. So this can get done laying on your belly. And it looks a little weird because when I do it on the belly, I don't want to push into the ground with one arm just to get the other side up. There's a tendency to do that. I've watched people do that and I say, take your left hand off the ground. Like, ooh, because they were pushing into the floor with that hand. So the way that I get rid of that is put that hand along your side and leave it. Let it be dead. Let it be dead along your side. So I'm going to use my words to help guide you guys through this one because some of you are a little bit off. This is the way to do it on the floor if you don't want to do it on hands and knees. One arm forward and your legs are back nice and straight. Right arm, left leg. See, this arm is dead. I'm not pushing into the floor to get the lift. And then I switch. Same thing if you're doing it on hands and knees. But some of you don't like hands and knees. So that's why I gave you the belly one. Arm and leg. This is way more challenging, of course, because we're trapping the hips and the pelvis. Back and forth. I don't know if you could do it either, but try.
No, this is my wrist.
So that's why you're on the floor. So get something done. One arm reaches forward. Your opposite leg is also going to be the lifter. Good one, Carol. Good, Lynn. Good. Get that right arm off the floor. There you go. That's it. Now other side. Now other side. Just one lift and lower. That's it. Good. You got it. How do your wrists feel? Okay.
Good.
Yeah, good. Keep going. Very nice, Marie. So Marie is going on to her fists, and that might end up causing some of your pain. So don't do it. Do the one that's on the belly that I just showed you. You're going to love the next one. Upper spinal floor twist coming right up. Lay on your side again. This time you're going to take that static back position, but we're just putting it on the side. So we're going to put the knees and the hips at 90 degrees. Just like a static back, except we're laying on our side. Now you're going to take your hands straight out in front of you and touch your hands together. Fingertips must be touching. That's going to set up your shoulders. And take my left hand, because that's the side I'm laying on my left side. And I'm going to hold my knees glued together. I don't want my knees to slip. I don't want them to slip. I want to hold all this in place while I twist the upper portion of my back. So now the legs are staying glued to the floor. Your upper body is twisting open. It's a little bit of an opposite of what we did with the hip crossover stretch. Nice, Gloria. You open up and you hold and you hang. 1 minute. Let the stretch happen. If you got shoulder injuries and you were like me, this is too much leverage on your shoulder, you can rest the arm on your ribs, take the arm completely out of it and just twist your upper body. Or you can sit in a chair and do the twist. You could sit on the floor and do the twist, because that's an awful lot of leverage. So I can sit in the chair and do my twist this way. Or I can do it even harder and do the sitting floor twist. And that's a lot more work, but it takes at least the shoulder joint out of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch your side. Same thing. Clean setup, everybody. Oh, sure, you're going to hear some of these things crack and pop and move. Make sure you're holding your legs in place if you're laying on the floor. Open that book, let it hang, and stretch. If your arm hit the floor, more than likely you're cheating. So your legs probably came undone or unglued, or your legs came off the floor. So if your arm is laying on the floor and you don't want to cheat, start over again. You want to keep the legs on the floor. Want the stretch to come into the back and into the chest, not center itself over your hip and your butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Pelvic tilts it is. We're going to do pelvic tilts and then we're going to do bridge. I like to do my bridge with my block in between my knees just because it forces both of my hips to do equal work. Pelvic tilts come first. Just rocking the pelvis back and forth. We're still in the hook lying position. Still in the hook lying. And when I'm done with these, just 10 should do it. I'm put my block in between my knees. I'm going to start doing some bridges. Feet are parallel again. Straight ahead. About the distance of the block. 4 to 6 inches. I'd prefer 6 inches actually. This 4 inches tends to be a little too narrow. So 6 inches is a-okay. And we're just going to bridge up off of the floor. This is a toughie. What we'd like to do is recruit your butt to get this done. But for most of us, our thigh is doing all the work. So if you notice only your thigh is doing the work and you don't feel any butt, hamstring, or back action, your feet are probably way too close to your butt. So we want to keep the legs at that 90-degree angle for static back and have them on the ground. And that gives me that nice relationship between my ankles and my hip joint so that I can recruit my butt and my hamstring. So we're lifting and lowering. If you notice, I only feel this in my thighs, walk your feet away from you a few inches and then lift up. Guaranteed you'll get some sort, like you're probably going to get a hamstring cramp. Did you get that, Pat? Yep. Okay, hamstring cramp came up. Yes, welcome to muscles that don't work. Gloria, walk your feet further away from your butt. Not away from each other. Yes, now lift. Whoo, right? That's harder. That's a lot harder. In fact, keep going because I'm looking at some of you and you're a little bit off. So I'm going to fix it. Feet narrower, more. Right there. Up and down. Good. You okay, Gloria? It's tough, right? Yeah. That's why we tend to put our feet closer to our body because it's just going to keep us in compensation, those muscles that are used to doing all the work for everybody else. Linda, can I turn this block a little bit and give you a little bit less? Knees in, feet in. A little more. Go for it. A little different? Okay. Does it feel painful? Okay. That's all I care about, guys. If you feel like, oh, that hurts, and it happened because I fixed you or something, please don't do it. Don't listen to me. Because I forgot who it was, but I fixed somebody the other day and she goes, oh, I don't want to do it that way. And I went, okay, well, what's going on? And she's like, well, it's painful. Okay, good. Do it that way. She found a new way to do it. She listened to her body and it's working for her. Please do it. Here's our next one. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple more exercises, and then we're going to go do some of that balance stuff that I told you we would do. Let's do the kneeling groin stretch. So I'm skipping a couple of exercises because I don't want to run out of time. Kneeling groin stretch is a toughie. I'll show you a harder version of it, and I'll also show you an easier version of it. You can do the quad stretch, standing quad stretch. There's a counter in front of me. Does everybody see it? It's my imaginary counter. Some people, this is all they got. They can't come any deeper than this. Okay, so they hang onto a counter and they do the quad stretch. Maybe they can come deeper than that. And they could turn their chair and they could do something like this, maybe. This is where I usually catch those hamstring cramps, is right here. And you're hanging onto something. This is an easier version of this next move. The move I'm going to give you is kneeling groin stretch. So you come from your hands and knees for the setup. Look between my legs. You see how you can't see my ankles? If you can see my ankles and you look, or you can see your ankles and you look between your legs, you know that your feet are not in line with your knees. So you want them to be in line with your knees, not this. That's cheating. I'm going to take a step forward, put my right foot where my right hand was. See, I'm still in that nice line. Ankles, knees are all in line with my hips. And I press upright. Harder version of that. I know one of you out there is going to want to do it. Screaming pigeon. Trapping the leg on the wall and then stepping forward. So my heel is on my butt. It's quite a stretch. Kneeling groin stretch like Maria is doing is just fine. But I'm just giving you guys that alternative because some of you guys out there love doing it. 1 minute each leg. Here we go. One of my clients I was giving this to, he doesn't have the balance here. He can't recruit his glutes. He can't squeeze his glutes anymore. So if you think about it, if that big muscle isn't working, he's going over. I had to put an ottoman next to him and he had to hang on to the ottoman. So we were trying to get him to get upright. He couldn't even get there. But that's what I mean about balance. It's not a question of, not a question so much of neurological, but more than often it's a question of, hey, can I even recruit those muscles? For some of us, it's neurological. Anybody been kicked by a donkey? It certainly can be. I'm not saying it's not, but for most of us, it's just because you can't recruit those muscles anymore. Nice. I'm going to switch to the other side.
Not so easy.
No, it's not.
Looks easy.
I
but it's
know.
not.
I know. And some of you like to do this in yoga, right? And you might take your mudra. If you like doing that and you're out there on TV land, I know some of you do this. So go ahead and take it into your yoga pose. Go ahead. If you feel that and you love to do the back bend, do it. I don't mind. Do what feels right. Ten, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Come on up. Let me give you guys free squat. You're going to stand with your feet in line with your hips. I haven't done downward dog in a while, but we're already here. Let's do this. Think of a nice S curve in your spine. You're going to sit in the chair that isn't there. Your arms don't have to be where mine are, but I like to remind my shoulders to come back and down. If that hurts you, hands can come here, hands can come here. I don't care. But I want you to think about keeping your pelvis in extension. I don't want you guys to do something like this. So we want to really try and think about that iliopsoas and the hip flexor turning on. I'm going to sit here for a minute. So after all those single leg moves, those unilateral moves, I usually throw in a bilateral move towards the end so that when we've straightened ourselves out, you leave straight. So I'm not going to give you a move that ends up like this side, this side. Okay, you're done. I want to try and leave you as straight as I can and strengthen that evenly. So the next routine that we're going to be doing is a neurological routine created by a dude in New York. Is it New York City? Forgot where he was. Some nervous system neurological dude. Everybody seems to like it, which is why Barbara asked for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come on out. Here's what you're going to do to start off. We don't have any pens or pencils. Get nice and loose. You're going to look at the tip of your finger, and just like you do in the doctor's office, keep your head straight. Move just your eyes. Now I'm going to switch this later, but for now, move just your eyes. You're going to take your finger up. Move only your eyes. If the finger starts going out of focus, you've got to the end of your range. That's it. You want to keep the finger in focus. If it goes double or goes out of focus, you went too far. Move just your eyes. We're going to go back and forth next. I don't care if it's left or right, whichever way you go, follow your finger, keep it in focus. It's so hard to do because you're the one moving your finger and you're also the one moving your eyes. So my finger's about a foot and a half away from me. I was just warming up the eyes. Let's go diagonal, top, left, bottom, right. Remember, move just your eyes, keep your head still. I'm going to change this later. Just a couple times in each direction. Diagonal, other side. Move only your eyes. This is good to do after we recruited all the muscles and we woke them up. So now we're actually a little more functional and able to come to this exercise with as much as we can today. Ready? We're going to change it up. Now you're going to keep your eyes still. We're going to move your head. You have the opportunity to stand here as normal or change it up a little bit and make it a little more challenging. You will fall over if you start losing balance. So it's all right to have a chair next to you. Probably a good idea to have that nearby or even hang on to it. It's tough because you're standing at a white wall. You're staring at a white wall. Feel free to look about you and find something that you can stare at that's at eye level that you can fixate on and stay looking at. So like a number on the clock. Maybe you can see this smudge on the wall. Maybe there's a leaf outside. Maybe there's, I don't know, something. There's something to look, find something in the room that you could stare at, even some of those cameras, a light, something. You're going to stare at it and stay focused on it. Try to keep it eye level, something at eye level. Coat hangers, you can turn and face those. I see no one moving. So what are you looking at up here? I'm going to move. So I'm not going to stay. Find something that's not moving and stare at it. That's at eye level. If you're going for the challenge, put one foot in front of the other. Try not to lean heavy on the chair, but just hold it there in case you lose your balance. Here we go. We're going to move the head, but keep the eyes still on something in front of you. Tilt your nose up and back to center. Up and back to center. Still staring at that point. Your eyes stay forward. Tilt your head up and back to center. Up and back to center. Now we're going to go down and back to center, just 3 times in each direction, but keep your eyes staying focused on that same thing. Down and center. Just turn your nose down. Down, beautiful, and center. Eyes stay straight ahead. Down and center. I'm catching some of your eyes go all over the place, and that's probably because you're looking at something that's not that great to focus on and you're losing it. So find something that you can stare at, because now we're going to change the balance. We're going to go left and right. Turn your nose to your left. But where are you looking? Yeah, straight ahead. Your eyes stay straight ahead and then back to center. Turn your nose left and back to center. I love it. She's smiling, having a good time. Sweating bullets, right? That's your nervous system kicking into high gear. One more time to the left and back to center. Now we're going to go to the right. You can feel how you would fall over, right? Left. We're going to the right and back to center. Eyes stay straight ahead. And left and back to center. Good. We're almost running out of time, so I'm going to skip all the diagonals, but you get the idea. We're going to switch the legs now. In Synergy, we would do this standing on a Bosu ball. They got that good. They got that good. And these weren't kids. The kids stunk at it. The people who were in their 60s and above rocked. We did this on a Bosu in Synergy. So your feet are switched. Pick your spot. Eyes stay glued. Nose up. Center. Up. Center. Eyes are glued. Up. Center. Nose goes down. Center. Down. Center. Beautiful. Down. Center. Try not to lean heavy into that chair because it's throwing you off. Fingertip touch so that if you do lose it, you can hang on. Everybody ready to go to the side? I don't care which side it is. Keep your eyes straight ahead. Turn and center. Turn and center. We're rewiring your brain. It forgot how to do this stuff. We were great at it as kids because we moved our body across all different planes of motion. Go in the other direction. and center. Eyes straight ahead. Beautiful, everyone. Quite a challenge, right? Okay, come back to a normal stance. If we had more time, we would do all the directions of the diagonals, top left, top right. You can do that at home, which I know you never will. So let's come back to the first exercise and just let our eyes cool down. Staring at your finger and move the eyes only. Leave your head still. Let's go up and down, up and down. Oh, we're good at this, right? Up and down. Gonna go left and right. Keep your head still. Go slow enough so that you can keep everything in focus. That's the point. Because if it goes out of focus and you're still moving, you're not really working anymore. You're not working your nervous system. It's just gone. You're just moving your hand behind you. Beautiful. Pick a diagonal, top left or top right, whatever it is, and go down to the bottom left or bottom right. Stay focused on your finger. Head stays still. Work within your range. Lovely, everybody. One more time, then you're going to pick the opposite diagonal. Make the other part of your X. E.T. phone home. E.T. We got some stuff done today. All right, everybody, thanks for being with me. I hope that helped you out. And I hope Barbara enjoyed that because that was the balance work that she was looking for. Have a great week. See you next time.